Welcome. This presentation will provide a brief overview of the recent 2nd Avenue Corridor Study conducted by the Triangle Area Rural Planning Organization and the town of Siler City. This study was funded by the North Carolina Department of Transportation and the town of Siler City. The study work was performed by the consulting firm of Stantec, and the project was managed by the Triangle Area RPO. This presentation will provide an overview of the overall process of the study, with a focus on the public engagement elements of the process, the current infrastructure and traffic conditions in the corridor, the recommended improvements to 2nd Avenue identified through the study, and potential next steps for the town and RPO to consider. The 2nd Avenue Corridor Study had a relatively short timeline for development. Work on the study began in March 2022 and was completed in June of 2022. The work was divided into 3 main phases, with each taking approximately 1 month. An investigative phase that focused on gathering background data and initial input from the community, a design phase that culminated in a 3-day on-site design workshop in Siler City, and a recommendation phase during which the recommended design was presented to the community and the study report was completed. One of the earliest actions in the study was the creation of a public survey and an interactive online mapping tool to gather input from Siler City residents and businesses. 85 people responded to the survey and 48 comments were provided through the interactive map tool. 3 major public engagement events were conducted over the course of the study. The project symposium in April was intended to provide the community with information about the study and gather initial input on the community's priorities and concerns. In May, the consultant team led a 3-day design workshop. Each day, people could stop by and provide real-time feedback as the team worked on the recommended conceptual design for 2nd Avenue, and each evening there was a pin-up review of that day's work. A number of focus group meetings with various community groups were also held at this time. The final public engagement event was an open house held in June to present the draft recommended plan and gather additional community feedback. Based on the public engagement process, we heard 4 main themes. 1. 2nd Avenue is currently over-designed with too many lanes and too much speeding. 2. Crossing 2nd Avenue is difficult, especially on foot. 3. People do not feel safe walking or biking on 2nd Avenue. And 4. Although it travels through the downtown area, 2nd Avenue doesn't feel like it's a part of downtown Siler City. The graphic on the screen shows a number of facts about the corridor as it exists today, but 2 sets of numbers stand out in particular. Existing daily traffic counts on 2nd Avenue range between 5,000 and 8,000 vehicles, but the road is currently designed to accommodate 22,000 vehicles. And there are 11 intersections along this 3/4-mile section of 2nd Avenue, but not a single one of those intersections has crosswalks for pedestrians. These data points were very important in the development of plan recommendations. 5 guiding principles were defined by the project team to guide the creation of the plan recommendations. Right-sizing 2nd Avenue with maintainable infrastructure, giving priority to pedestrians and bicyclists, providing for the safety of all roadway users, integrating 2nd Avenue into downtown and its surroundings, and supporting surrounding uses through attractive design and human scale. The final plan recommends something called a road diet, which is when the number of lanes on a road is reduced and the leftover space is repurposed for other uses. In this case, the existing 4 to 5 lane cross sections shown at the top of the screen would be reduced to the 2 to 3 lane cross sections shown at the bottom. This would allow the addition of wider sidewalks, pocket medians, consistent left turn lanes, and on-street parking along 2nd Avenue. The study document includes a detailed corridor design layout, which can also be found in high definition on the project website. The graphic currently on the screen shows the northern half of the study area, with the study area's north terminus at Greensboro Avenue to the far left of the screen, and the intersection with 3rd Street to the far right. Highlights of the design in this section include construction of a roundabout at Greensboro Avenue, addition of sidewalks throughout the corridor, addition of crosswalks at the Greensboro Avenue roundabout, 3rd Street signal, Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard signal, and a new mid-block crossing with a median refuge near 7th Street, and addition of on-street parallel parking south of the intersection with Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. Now, looking at the same graphic for the southern half of the corridor, we have 2nd Street to the far left of the screen, and Fayetteville Avenue, which is the south end of the study area, at the far right of the screen. In this area, recommendations include construction of a roundabout at Fayetteville Avenue, addition of sidewalks throughout the corridor, addition of crosswalks at the Fayetteville Avenue roundabout, Beaver Street signal, Raleigh Street signal, and 2nd Street signal, and addition of on-street parallel parking north of the Raleigh Street intersection. The study report also includes more detailed examples of what implementation might look like in various locations along 2nd Avenue, including photo renderings. The example on the screen right now shows the proposed mid-block crosswalk near 7th Street. The consultant team has developed preliminary cost estimates for the recommended improvements and has broken these into 4 independent project segments to allow for future phasing of funding and construction. The segments include the 2 roundabout projects, a segment from 3rd Street to Greensboro Avenue, from Raleigh Street to 3rd Street, and from Fayetteville Avenue to Raleigh Street. The total engineering design cost for the full corridor is estimated at about $700,000, and the total construction cost is estimated at about $7 million. An additional estimate was also developed for the cost of undergrounding existing overhead utilities in the corridor. To do this for the whole corridor would cost about $18 million, while only doing this in the downtown priority area between Raleigh and 3rd Streets would cost about $6 million. So what can we do now that the study is completed? TARPO staff recommends that the TARPO RTCC and RTAC take action to adopt the 2nd Avenue Corridor Plan. The plan was adopted by the town of Siler City on August 1st, 2022. Moving forward, we should consider ways to fund implementation of plan recommendations, whether through the NCDOT Strategic Transportation Investments Prioritization Process, other grant opportunities such as those in the federal bipartisan infrastructure law, or through local funding opportunities. If you have any questions about the 2nd Avenue Corridor Study, please reach out to the staff contacts indicated on the screen. You can find a copy of the study report and other study materials on the project website at tarpo.org/2nd Avenue. That's tarpo.org/2ndave. Thank you for your time.